Well, it's time to talk about another one of the interviews I did with Trump supporters outside of the Miami federal courthouse during Trump's arrest and arraignment. And I put up, many of you saw the compilation that kind of had highlights from multiple interviews squished together. Now we're going through one-on-one and looking at the more extended version of these interviews with parts we haven't watched yet and I haven't uploaded yet on the channel. And so today is of one of the most bonkers, and that's a word I use a lot to describe these, but it applies, interviews I've done in a very long time. And I'll first, like I said, show you what you have seen if you watched that previous video. Then we'll get to just as wild part 2 that you haven't seen from this. What are your thoughts about the arraignment?
Candace?
We believe it's a witch hunt, but we do believe that President Trump is actually protected under the continuity of government. I believe he's our authentic president and that we are watching a movie.
Oh, really? So he's the current president of the United States?
I believe that.
What is Biden doing then?
Well, Biden is, we're under continuity of government. It's a military.
Right. But I guess my question is, what does that mean?
Action. And so they're showing the people in slow motion, the corruption and all the different elements, all the different agencies and the dual system. So they're saying, okay, if you want to steal the election, which they did, this is what you're going to get.
So then how is Biden doing in his role? Is he the president right now?
No, Biden is an actor, but I think Biden has been gone a long time. That's how I feel.
Gone dead?
Gone dead.
Who's the one walking around?
An actor.
Do we know who the actor is?
There's different ones that play him. Everybody has actors, but I know it sounds so far-fetched, but they say that they're going to reveal it soon, hopefully. It's sick of it.
One of the interesting parts about this interview, as we'll get to more in part 2, is she's so aware of how wild it sounds. A lot of people don't admit this is really conspiratorial sounding. I get it. But she will say that multiple times. And it's interesting. And then I'll ask her in part 2, what would I have to present you that would change your mind? Who would I have to debunk? Who would I have to prove is lying to you? What evidence would I have to bring forward? What would I have to do? And she says, there's nothing. I just believe it, and I'm going to believe it. It's beyond evidence. It's just a belief. Wow.
Trump is protecting we the people. I do believe he's actually the king. It sounds pretty crazy. Instead of make America great again, it's going to be make the earth great again. He did deals with every country, and I believe it's going to be announced soon. It's called BRICS, B-R-I-C-S. So our financial system is going to be changing, but it's going to be good for everybody, and it's going to be good.
And the way that you talk about Trump, saving the world, king, do you understand why people see that as like, oh my gosh, this is becoming a belief in like cultish or almost like a belief in Jesus?
Yeah, well, I do believe it's biblical, and we're fighting an evil system.
So you heard it there too. She, or maybe you didn't, she says it off mic so it wasn't super loud, but she throws forward the term cultish as I was kind of finding my term there. Do you understand why people see this as sort of, and she says cultish? Again, an awareness of just how detached from reality both this all sounds and it all is, but she wouldn't agree to that, of course. And then here is the beginning of the second clip I'm going to show you.
Believing in freedom, faith, freedom, and fair elections.
So then because Trump is allowing what's going on to go on, do you not blame him for example, people will say Biden or the actor Biden is to blame for inflation or back when gas prices were higher or all these different things?
I think it's that Americans are so comfortable they have to wake people up, and it's waking them up because they're clueless, and they said it has to be in slow drips because people are gonna really be very upset when they know all this stuff. It has to do with even human trafficking, all this horrible stuff.
Would you say you're a believer of Q?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
And what about all the Q predictions that went, like, wouldn't you not trust whoever Q is because of all the predictions that haven't come true? The storm.
Right. Q is military, and it could be a variety of people, but it's I don't believe it's one person, but it's people who have intelligence to share the truth ahead of time, so that the people can step up. And I think we were all asleep for so long And they're helping so that the people get together and say, no, we're not going to allow this anymore.
And you can probably tell I don't believe what you do.
Sorry, quickly, this is not related to the conversation, but if you saw that flag kept smacking me in the face and the person was holding it, I was moving my body trying to get away from the flag and they were moving closer to me, just allowing it to on my face.
So then my question often is, what would I have to present you to make you no longer believe in these beliefs, I guess?
I don't think anything. I just believe in it with all my heart. I don't know why. It's weird. I think it's weird too. And I think that it's normal to not believe it. It seems like a conspiracy, but I think all the conspiracies are coming true, but at a different timeline than we had anticipated. But
So you heard her say it there. There's nothing you could present me, show me, prove to me. I just believe it. And I understand that sounds weird and conspiratorial, but I just choose to believe it. And then the thing she says, a lot of people say this, well, all the conspiracy theories are coming true now. Which ones? What? I didn't ask it there, but I've asked it in the past. What conspiracy theories that kind of have been prevalent for a while within MAGA? There are other, I guess you could call conspiracies or things that were suspicions and then ended up having evidence provided to prove them. But in the case of Q, all these predictions about a storm where Trump's going to be brought in and military leaders are going to take Biden out of the White House and arrest him and try him on treason charges or whatever. All these things, there will be specific timelines laid out. By this date, blank's going to happen. In the Q world, this will happen. And then it doesn't. And there's some justification. Well, that's because of blank. Or by this time, Trump's going to take back over as president, and then it doesn't happen. Why, at some point, would you not go, oh, maybe my sources aren't accurate. This is just an attempt to, I don't really even know the creators of these conspiracy theories, what the attempt is, but whatever it is not coming from an honest place. But that realization is not had by so many people, unfortunately. And it really is, as I've said in past videos, a belief not because of a set of facts that convince you into believing it, but a belief because of a choice to believe in something. The only evidence necessary is that I chose to. And that gets you into some dangerous territory. Make sure you are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.